To shed more light on the situation, the police called in a fire forensic expert, Mew Klain, to examine the crime scene. They needed to figure out whether the fire had started on its own or if it had been deliberately set. More importantly, they wanted to know how and where the fire had begun, and whether it was linked to the murder in any way. With so many questions left unanswered, the investigation was far from over. Now, forensic expert Mike got to work, determined to trace the origin and cause of the fire, to figure out where the blaze began and how it spread. He carefully examined every room in the burned mobile home. He even cut into some of the charred wood and debris, looking for clues. After a detailed search, he identified the exact location where the fire likely started and drew a diagram indicating the potential heat source. To dig deeper, he collected samples of the burnt wood and sent them to the forensic lab for chemical analysis. The goal was to determine if the fire had been fueled by an accelerant, something like petrol. In the lab, the forensic team began by heating the burnt wood samples to release any remaining traces of fuel in the form of gas. These gases were then analyzed using a device called a gas chromatograph. This machine is capable of detecting and identifying chemical compounds by comparing them to known substances, in this case, against a library of 780 reference fuel samples. The result was conclusive. The fire had been started with petrol.